Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to continue this, we finally can just call it a Warden run instead of calling it a Huntress run, and giving the disclaimer that I'm planning on switching it to Warden once I have the Tengu mask, since we already have that Tengu mask. So wait for the bat to get over here. We are a little bit weak right now for this area with a +1 whip and a +1 leather armor. The fact that the whip has vampiric will give us a little bit of extra mileage, but not that much. I'm thinking I should be okay with the parchment scrap to just equip whatever gear drops as it drops. But if we start running low on consumables or the run starts getting particularly dangerous, we can always just throw a bunch of our upgrade scrolls into the plate armor that we picked up. And because we do have, we've got 6 upgrade scrolls right now. So we could bring the plate armor to the point of being a 1 strength deficit by bringing it to +6. That we'd be able to nullify as soon as we find a strength potion, which I'd rather not. I kind of want to let the blacksmith work on the plate armor before I change it a ton. Excuse me. Very unhappy about that caster in the middle of the room. I think what I want to do is I want to just actually shoot him from well out of line of sight. I think we should be able to... Yeah, we were able to kill him before he could see us, so that's good. The elastic enchant on this bow continues to just be incredible. Keep on shooting. Oh, we missed a shot there. That was on me. And I think we got the... we put him into shield mode, so basically got the kill. Excuse me. I'm wondering, that elastic enchant might actually be enough to carry us by itself, because it is real powerful for me right now. It's unfortunate we're gonna have to take 2 shots from this caster. Luckily, ooh, he's gonna burn us too. That's... Do we have, let's see. I've got the purity potion that I can turn into a cleansing potion in a hurry once we get out of the ground fire. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. We're going to brew a... and this is one of the nice things about the alchemist kit. It becomes a lot easier to use alchemy items, since you don't have to plan for them. You can just make them as you need them. And it doesn't actually cost any time to brew, so you can always do like what I just did and just brew the potion right before you're about to use it. So we'll get the cleanse there. If the bat hits us, I think even once more, we're probably healing too. But, okay. Hopefully we can get away with... Oh, and we are back into the fire, so I want to make sure that I don't allow myself to get set on fire by standing in grass. That would be particularly bad. We got a lucky vampiric proc there. 2, I think, actually, based on the amount of health that I have remaining. So we're going to hang out. Hopefully we can get another couple vampiric procs. Herbal armor is real good there, and we did get another vampiric proc, so... It's impressive how much ability this enchant gives us to get around situations where we otherwise need to use healing potions. Pretty happy with that. The excuse me, the shocking battle axe is very tempting. Not only is it a tier 4 weapon, which means its damage scaling is going to be better, obviously, but the axe specifically, since it's an accurate weapon, is the primary penalty of using a weapon that's too heavy is that the accuracy is reduced. So there's a little bit of utility in the axe in that we can safely use it at 15 strength most of the time. And if it's upgraded, I could technically safely use it now, but I don't particularly want to, because I don't have good enough armor that I'm comfortable identifying my weapons in melee. Fortunately, we do lose access to this purity room because I spent the potion to avoid burning to death, but I think think that was ultimately a good idea. We can always get it. We can always grab it on the backtrack if we remember. I'll put in a floor note. Grab. Excuse me, and I'm still probably gonna forget to do that, but you know, at least if we put it in the notes, we can say we tried. All right. Instead of shooting this guy, I'm actually gonna just try to tag him with the Frost Wand to slow him, and then get as many possible vampire. Of course, that didn't slow him at all. That's what a ripoff. Let's shoot him again and try to make some distance. And nope, he's not going to let us have it. So I think we did get a vampiric proc, but we still ended up losing health on the fight, which is unfortunate. Ooh, turquoise we identified as experience earlier, I believe. So I also need to remember to drink this strength potion. Okay, so we drank the strength potion. The vampiric whip has been pretty cool. I think it did save us a health potion or two along the way, but time to move on. We're going to go ahead and equip our shocking battle axe now that we've got 15 strength, and this will either work because it's got a +1 on it, or it won't be that bad because the accuracy makes up for not the entirety of the strength penalty, but it makes up for a decent amount of it. It's not nearly as bad to use an axe-type weapon under strength. I think the same goes for the Warhammer in Tier 5. Let's go ahead and top up on those dewdrops. Pretty happy about that. And then excuse me. You could technically go off on the plate armor now too, but I still kind of, because I have the second one in my inventory already. Ooh, this is quite the obnoxious fight to figure out if we're and it looks like the battle axe is probably at least a +1 because it was not it only took a single turn worth of time to attack with it. So pretty cool. Excuse me. Ooh. Still not cool enough that we're just meleeing prison guards. We're going to be in a lot of trouble if there's an enemy blocking our path, but there wasn't. Going to continue to stay around this low HP. We're doing pretty well in terms of being able to only take so much damage per fight, because Elastic is still mitigating quite a bit of damage. I saw something breaking grass up here, by the way, and going through the doors, so we kind of want to... Let's see, we have the Mind Vision talent, so we'd be able to see it if it was right adjacent to us. What are these, Let's, I don't play the Warden off enough to know, which of these talents. I imagine the bark skin is probably the one that you want to go with first. So we'll go ahead and take that. We're not able to catch whatever was breaking grass up here, unfortunately, but oh well. Yeah, so let's just continue on. This is a room that's generally going to be pretty good from us. We should be able to kill that caster entirely from out of line of sight. There is a nice warden benefit there. You see I can just see through this grass that that is line of sighting the caster there to give me that free kill, so that's pretty nice. We don't have the key for that. And it looks like it is not a mimic. Oh, we've got a sacrifice altar. I believe that will still the drop from that will still be cursed. I think that the sacrifice altar guarantees that the loot is cursed. Let's see. We have a couple of wand charges actually, so I kind of think I want to I don't know if the ghosts give credit for we'll drag normal enemies to do the sacrifice altar. Kill these two ghosts, and then we'll... Alright, let's, hopefully we can avoid having this guy destroy too much grass as we kite him. But we do want to drag him to the sacrifice room. And the elastic and... okay, so we kept most of that line of grass. We're pretty happy with that. And then... I want to be a little bit careful about how I do this, because I need to be able to kite him in a circle to make sure that when he dies to lack of shield, he is in the room. And because our bow is elastic, we don't want to shoot him to death either, for fear of knocking him off. But we're able to get credit for that kill. The bat is also going to be a bit tough. We just are largely going to have to hope that it doesn't forget where we are. Luckily, we get a decent amount of bark skin from the grass that we created and then stepped in, so that's pretty cool. Our battle axe is +1, so that's a nice weapon to keep us going for a while. I think that should give us enough power to avoid spending upgrade scrolls before we want to, which is pretty awesome. Let's trigger this one, and we're gonna do the same thing. We've got 1 charges. Ooh, and I always forget that the magic missile wand has 1 extra charge than other wands at the same level. It's not a hugely relevant detail, but it does make it, excuse me, you know, if you're only using it for, like, killing ghosts when you run into those type of rooms, it is slightly better than other wand types for doing that, since it has more charges and you don't care about damage or other effects. It's interesting to know that we've got 2 gold keys. We still didn't finish the sacrifice room either, so I need to make sure I don't forget to do that. Let's see. Oh, we have a frost wand, actually. We'll save the potion and just use the wand. Mind vision. Oh, I completely forgot to use this turquoise potion as well. So we're going to go ahead and brew that turquoise potion, because we're pretty sure this is XP, so we're just going to make it the exotic version, and drink it up, get that divine inspiration. Excuse me. I don't really know what I'm doing with the Warden talents yet, and Huntress actually has a lot of really good talents in Tier 2, so that's what I'm going to do for now, just for some immediate power level increase, and hopefully we can figure out which of these Warden talents I care about more as the build fills itself out. So what are we gonna get here? We're gonna get the extra point of heightened senses, because mind vision is very good. And then I think it's a toss-up between the second point in invigorating meal and the second point in liquid nature. I think the second point in liquid nature might be better, just because more grass is always good for the Warden, so that's what we're gonna do. We probably should have... Ooh, not happy about this. It's not that big a deal, I guess. The spider's gonna get away here. I guess if we throw an item, maybe we can get a... yeah, we get a paralysis. And it will move out of our line of sight immediately, but it might... oh, we got hit by the root because I stepped in the dumb way. Let's, and you know what? Let's go ahead and actually make that pasty into a... because we have so much extra energy, may as well, turn every pasty into a meat pie before eating it. One of the benefits of having the Alchemist Toolkit on, and all of the... because you see I've got 54 energy in the Alchemist Toolkit, plus 8 that I have from other sources. So we pretty much should be using the augment, or the alchemy version of the alchemy unique items every time. is what that... not every time, obviously, but any time that it's relevant. We shouldn't worry about avoiding making unique versions of potions because of resources. So that poison could actually kill us. I really don't want to heal with a healing potion right now, because I want to get the value out of the well-fed So we're gonna try to water skin there. That should give us enough to survive the poison. That could have been really dangerous if that was a mimic, but since I had the gold keys, I think it's fairly unlikely. Oh, it's nice that we got vision on that spider. We'll be able to shoot him if we see him at a distance. It's kind of cool that we're just getting bark skin every time rejuvenating steps procs. So that should make us very, very tanky. And actually, once we equip the plate armor too, we should be very difficult to kill. Oh, we forgot to do the sacrifice shrine as well. We got a potion of toxic. Ooh, not crazy about that. How are we gonna handle that? Hopefully we get an elastic proc here, which we did. So maybe we could just kill him from out of line of sight, which we did. Pretty sweet when that works out like that. Let's see if he dropped anything. Doesn't look like it. And that still didn't solve the problem of needing something to kill for the curse altar. Fortunately, it looks like all the mobs that have been spawning recently are spiders, which you can kill spiders on the altar, but they're a little bit hard since their excuse me, their behavior is to poison, root, and run away. Let's drag this. Gosh, this elastic enchant is something else. There we go. That's low enough that we're gonna go ahead and drag him into the room. And then that should be a sneak attack. Ooh, we didn't kill him. We got the herbal armor, so we're gonna just keep attacking till we get him, and then hopefully this will trigger the. Nope, not quite. Fire consumes our offering, so it is still counting them. And that should be the last one we need. So let's excuse me. I think we technically got lucky there that the elastic didn't proc. I think if elastic procced, I would have knocked him into the abyss, which would have been unfortunate. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to kite him to the trap room with the spider around, but I think I can still do it. Unless the spider shoots its root again, which makes things really bad for us. So I think we're probably gonna make use of the Warden ability to plant a seed and do some cool stuff with that. And what do I want to do here? I think I'm gonna use the Stormvine seed actually to get some. So we're gonna plant the Stormvine seed on us. Then we're gonna trigger it. We're gonna take a hit, but that's gonna allow us to float, which will avoid 2 of those enemies. I do want to handle this bat. I don't want to kill it over the pit, because if it drops a health potion, I would like to get that health potion. I think I don't know if the cave spinners don't get rooted on their own web, but somehow it looks like we did get the paralyze on him, so that's pretty cool. And there we go. And yeah, now we should be able to kill this gnoll just like the rest of them. And once again, hopefully that will complete this sacrifice shrine when the gnoll runs out of shield here. It did, and we got a blazing katana. That could be interesting. I don't really want to mess with it because a +1 shocking battle axe is already most likely better than what that katana is, and the blazing enchant is. There's something to be said about the fact that the blazing enchant allows me to spawn more grass with rejuvenating steps, the talent, since you can't spawn. You can spawn grass on charred remains, but you can't spawn grass on already existing grass. But without a brimstone enchant on our armor, we're pretty what's the word I'm looking? Pretty vulnerable to fire, unless We have and Fire Bloom Seeds will allow us to nix that vulnerability to fire, which is nice. This isn't great. I'm gonna shoot a Frost Wand. If he hits us here again, we're gonna heal. Okay, he hit for 2 damage. Now he hit for 6, and I actually am incentivized to stand here for a turn or two because I don't want the oh, and we got the grass. How unfortunate. I don't think we're going to be able to line of sight this bat. Let's see, is there anything that we can do here? If we had more of our scrolls identified, we might be able to. So that's kind of unfortunate that we don't. I could also just use my my Seed of Fire Bloom here, which is I think that's actually what I'm going to do. We're going to use the Seed of Fire Bloom, and since we have the health potion going on, it should be pretty decent. And then we'll try to step in 2 of these patches of grass to get as much bark skin as possible. And now we're still... Oh, the flaming bat ran away. Well, whatever. We're still able to make use of that, the Fire Bloom Seed and the Warden. So when the Warden steps in a Fire Bloom Seed, it gives you a short version of the Elixir of Dragon's Blood, which it makes you immune to fire damage, makes you immune to burning, and makes all of your attacks apply burning and do fire damage. So it's a pretty strong thing to be doing. There's that blazing bat that ran away from our last encounter. Luckily, we're able to get him with the bow, and got some more grass that we can spawn up there in a pinch when we need to. Oh, we got some fish here. Especially because I can see through the grass, and Mind Vision's going to give us some early warning if anything comes at us. We're going to just go ahead and, as usual, kill all of the fish with the bow. Excuse me. And I'm not paying a ton of attention here to the order I'm killing them in, because it, I don't know, I'm just hotkeying the, Oh, and we actually managed to kill all 3 of them by knocking them onto the dry land of the, Oh, I don't have enough inventory space for that. That's, oh, we have a ton of stuff. So let's throw some stuff at the chasm. Making sure to avoid that piece of grass so we can get an extra furrow. So let's throw the Mail Armor of Swiftness down the... Throw the Blazing Katana. The Assassin's Blade's kind of oh, that's a Grim Assassin's Blade, too. So I actually don't know if I want to throw that, because when we reach 16 strength, we are probably replacing the Battle Axe with the Grim Assassin's Blade. And I might even try it out to see if that's augmented to allow us, or if that has a what's the word for the a bonus on it. Because the Grim Assassin's Blade should be pretty strong. We should have a relatively high proc rate on Grim. Let's see, what else do I want to do? Do we have, I don't have any extra Remove Curse scrolls right now, which is unfortunate. Whatever. We're gonna immediately stop paying attention, and... Ooh, the Agate Ring was that was a wealth drop. That's interesting. So that's, let's go ahead and see what that is. We'll put it, on the Arcana isn't doing a ton for us right now. I guess it's decent with Grim, or it's good with Grim, obviously, but, in the interest of identifying the Agate Ring, we'll go ahead and leave that equipped. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if our Assassin's Blade is going to be... And yeah, it looks like it has at least +1 on it, because we attacked at normal speed with it, so... Pretty cool. And pretty happy with getting 2 Grim procs on it as soon as we equip it. That's pretty strong. Got some extra energy, which is one very minor downside of using the Alchemist's Toolkit, is all of a sudden alchemy rooms become pretty boring. They're not, you never care to find one for backtracking because you have an Alchemist room in your inventory, which, strong, but, ooh, we actually managed to get the robot out of line of sight, so... Fortunately, the Elastic Enchant is going to actually work against us here, but because he can't see us, And I'm not sure if he just can't see us or if he doesn't know that we're here. Either way, he's not shooting his poison gas, and he can't walk through the hallway, so we're gonna take that free kill that the game so kindly gave to us. Let's grab some food there. How are we doing on food? We're doing fine on food. The well-fed from the meat pie really goes a long way in extending the life of your food, which is, again, something that I usually don't make it because I think it just costs too much energy to make the meat pie for how not useless it is, but relatively less useful than the other things I like to spend energy on, in my opinion. Missed a couple of times shooting that spider, but we got him eventually. Ooh, this is an interesting situation. We might, let's see what seeds we have available. We have a blindweed. I don't remember what blindweed does for Huntress, but if we get into a sticky situation, we're probably going to plant it and try it. Luckily, the caster just rooted himself, and he's still blocked by spiderweb, so he shouldn't be able to shoot us. And ideally, yeah, we should be able to kite out the rest of the HP out of line of sight. So that's convenient. And now we're just going to wait for the caster to... oh, the caster actually ran away. We saw the door trigger there, so... Whatever, we'll let him go. Excuse me, we'll run into him later. Ooh, Ring of Force. We are much less interested in that than we are in the Ring of Arcana, so we're going to go ahead and put the Ring of Arcana on. Get another spider. Let's go ahead and shoot it for a little bit. Oh, it looks like it doesn't break its own web either. That's surprising. But it can get paralyzed on its own web. The rules for the spider interacting with its own web are pretty strange. Let's throw something at that web so we don't accidentally step on it. We got a caster there. We might be able to kill him from out of range, so we're gonna try to do that. If he starts shooting us, I'm gonna... And we got the something die in the distance text down here, so we know it's safe to move up now. One of these is clearly a mimic. We're gonna line up with it, so hopefully we can get some paralysis. Yeah, we got some paralysis out of it, so we should be able to just shoot this thing until it goes down. Yeah, you know what? I have to consider too that the Arcana ring is really good with the elastic bow as well for being able to get paralysis chains by repeatedly knocking things back into a wall. So that's something I hadn't considered, which is rather strong. So, excuse me. I gotta use the Ring of Arcana more. It seems like every time I use it, I'm happier and happier with it. Hopefully we didn't burn any scrolls. I don't think there were scrolls there, but we technically haven't seen that room yet. Usually it just spawns with a couple of pieces of like armor in it. So, an exotic scroll of Rhino. That's interesting. Why not? Let's I've never actually thought about before whether it's better to read the exotic or the non-exotic version of scrolls to see what they do, but okay. It looks like that was a terror, so I'm not actually sure what the difference is between the exotic scroll of terror and the unexotic scroll of terror. Like I can read the text and see what the text says the difference is, but I don't know what the difference between afflicting something with fear versus afflicting it with dread is. They both seem like the same thing to me. I guess maybe the fear breaks eventually with time and the dread doesn't, is my guess, but I do not know for sure. We got the Geomancer version of this room, which is the one I prefer the less. Luckily, Mind Vision is going to make it real easy, though, which is nice. There doesn't tend to be a lot of grass on these floors, but we're doing pretty well with what we've got, and we might consider using the item from the last Huntress run that I died on to make some grass once we find the central area, just because It's decent to have grass. Decent. The class is based on having grass. This is a bit spicy actually because we're not going to be able to shoot the Geomancer, and you see this little the diamonds effect. That means that the Geomancer is protecting this thing with like a rock armor. Yeah, holding a device that grants the Guardian earthen armor, heavily reducing the damage it takes. So we could technically kill the Null Guard, and we might actually do that because the Geomancer's in a really bad spot. But it's going to take a lot longer than usual, so I really want to take advantage of... Ooh, and we're getting hit by the spear tip too, which is really bad. I guess it's better to take the L of being in melee and not try to... I wonder if the rock armor was preventing it from being knocked back with a lax stick. Because I was trying for paralyzes there, was the goal. But I got a couple of really unlucky non-elastic proc attacks in a row, which was unfortunate. It rather negatively affected my strategy for killing that enemy. No, it doesn't look like it prevents it, because it's still working on him. So... And we want to continue to not let them get spear tip attacks, because those are dangerous. So there we go. We'll, they shouldn't be able to attack around this rock. And we're not doing a ton of damage, but we're not taking much damage either, so we can afford to kill him. Gotta be careful about using the elastic weapon against the Null Geomancers, because that's twice that's made me kill the guard that they were protecting really suboptimally. And it doesn't stop them from casting at me either, so it seems, it's nice when it paralyzes them, but, I don't know. It seems like it might be better off to, like, try and kill them with my dagger, which is doing work so far, even though we're not getting a ton of sneak attacks in this, this level with little grass in it. Let's see, we do not have a... We don't have a pasty to eat, but we do have some sunfruit, so we'll go ahead and make a sunfruit into a... Or a bland fruit into a sunfruit is what we're going to do. Excuse me, and then we're going to let our health get really low. When we get down to like, I don't know, down to like 15 or 20 or something like that is when we're going to use the sunfruit, which will fill us back up and also give us a full heal. So we were able to get pretty low before using it if we want to make optimal use of it. I don't know where that knoll went. But we're just going to keep shooting, and we'll probably get him eventually, which we did. There's finally some grass. Unfortunately, it's in this little back area where I'm not really going to be able to make use of it. Surprised that there's only a lone piece of gold there. That's not super common that you see that. We've got 22 gold ores, so we're nowhere close to being done, unfortunately. Let's see what's over there. Nothing. I see a disturbed rock there, so maybe there's something up this way. But it doesn't look like it. So we're going to stop that search. We've got gold down here, and there's a quarter over here, so we're going to go back to that way. And we're paying a lot of attention to our health because we're trying to maximize value from a sunfruit here. We should be able to kill this guard without taking any damage. Elastic enchantment, OP. Heard something die. Oh wait, yeah, I heard something die in the distance, so we're safe to go back to mining. Hey, there's another piece of food. We technically also we're doing well enough on food, and the fact that we're taking advantage of the meat pie every time it becomes an option. We don't have to be as efficient as I'm trying to be with the food here. I'm just doing it because I like it. I see a couple of rocks around this protrusion, so we're just going to go ahead and see if there's anything back here, which it looks like... Oh, there is, eventually. That took a while to get to, but we got there. It's unfortunate that the enemies are just out of line of sight. Let's see if I can hit... Yeah, let's hit that one. I actually want to drag him a little bit further back, because I would like to... Yeah, we'll see if we can repeatedly trigger a paralyze there. We actually got pretty lucky there. He could have hit us with his spear tip there, which would have been less than ideal. So if he gets back into spear range of us again, I think we just want to move up and finish him with the dagger. Ooh! Ooh! And we want to waste no more time eating that sun fruit and getting the heal there. So pretty much maximum efficiency out of that sun fruit, which not super necessary given the state of this run right now, but never bad to play like you have less than you do. Got a Grim proc there, it looks like. That enchantment's always very strong. Let's see. We're gonna back up until we can shoot this guy a couple of times, and then we'd rather take the weak hits than the spear tip. And the fact that we have Grim is gonna make up for what I think is exactly a +1 dagger. The damage hasn't been terrible, but it hasn't been amazing either. So I don't think we got like a +2 or a +3 or anything. We've got 32 gold. So we're still looking for... Let's mine a couple of steps this way. Oh hey, look at that. That's 36 dark gold ore. And then I see some gold ore over here, so instead of going the long way around, we're just going to cut through. That makes 38. Ah, we're so tantalizingly close. I just want to be done with this. See if there's a chest room in this negative space. Probably not, but... it's something we can check pretty easily, because I think the rest of this is too small to be a hidden room size. So let's see if there's anything to the right of these two boulders. So we'll chop for a little bit, and nah, probably not. Oh, there's some gold we missed over here. It looks like there's 2 pieces of gold there. That should make 40. So there we go. We'll finish off the rest of this gold, and then go kill the Geomancer. Excuse me. I still don't think I found a remove curse scroll for the second plate armor that I have, unfortunately. And we probably will give up on trying to get all of our first couple of upgrades on the plate armor with the blacksmith if we don't find that remove curse scroll before the boss on floor 15, because I'd really like to be wearing that plate armor by the time we reach that boss. But either way, we should be able to hopefully get at least some use out of the... Ooh! I saw a 72 there. I wonder what caused this... I wonder if that was Grim proccing or something like that, and the boss taking half damage from it. It seems like sometimes this boss glitches out and allows the enchantment on your weapon to be applied to the attacks, even though all of the attacks should technically be coming from the pickaxe, which, ooh, that could be a little bit dangerous. There's a lot of rocks in this little area. But luckily he hasn't given us anything undodgeable yet, so... Oh, we stepped on a rockfall trap that I didn't see because of where he's standing. That's not ideal. Oh well. A pretty minor mistake overall for a fight that's going pretty cleanly otherwise. And it looks like we got whatever the bug is again, because I think we started hitting him with our dagger. Because our damage got good again. Let's see what we're gonna do here. We're not using tipped darts yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and what do I want to do? I think I'm actually gonna take a point of Seer's Shot. I never think to use this ability, but I would really like to try to remember to. And then I'm not really using point blank. Point blank could be pretty good with elastic to make distance. But this is one that you really need to take a couple points in for it to be worth using. It's tough because the Shielding Dew seems like it's the obvious best one, but we're playing this very... we're trying to take as much advantage as we can of the regen from food, so we're not at full health often to collect the dewdrops at full health. So I think we're just gonna put at least 1 point in this durable tips ability. Luckily, that one looks like one that scales very linearly, so putting 1 point into it doesn't seem like it's committing to 2 or 3 more points to make it, or up to 2 more points to make it useful. Let's see, we've killed the Geomancer, we've got 40 gold, and I don't think we dropped any gear, so we'll go ahead and... Alright, let's identify the plate armor that we want to wear. That's a +0, unfortunately. Let's identify the second plate armor. That's a +1. So we would actually like to really get the Remove Curse scroll because we want to use that +1 plate armor as our base plate armor. We should be able to get the plate armor up to, I think, +3 from the blacksmith alone if we do it that way. So we're only on floor 13 too. We'll see if we can find a scroll of Remove Curse on floor 14 before we use the blacksmith to... Oh, and nope, that's another scroll of upgrade, which we've got 9 of now. It's really... I would say it's getting egregious that we're not spending any of them, but the parchment scrap is just giving us gear that's keeping us relevant. So, like, this is much later than I usually go without spending any scrolls of upgrade, but the parchment scrap really just lets you do that, which is pretty nice. That male armor of obfuscation is likely better than what we're wearing. I don't think it should be able to be cursed, but in the interest of displaying the absolute utmost of caution, we're going to avoid equipping it. We've got a lot of ranged weapons. Oh, we've got enough for another pasty too. So let's go ahead and make that for. I don't know if this will actually. Yeah, this isn't actually going to save us any inventory space, but just in case we forget next time we go to eat, we'll make sure that it's a meat pie. I don't want to do this. Let's see if I can kill the spider. Oh, we'll just get a paralyze on the spider. That's pretty convenient. And it put the web down on the battle axe, which is unfortunate. But I actually want to... I want to get it out of the room with the caster. So we're just gonna... And that'll work out pretty well. Let's throw an item onto the web to clear the web. And then I think I should actually be able to... Yeah, we should be able to just get into melee range of this thing. Looks like we got pretty lucky, and most of the items we threw down the trench came to this room specifically. Should be able to get some line of sight shots on the spider. Unfortunately, we didn't get any elastic procs there. We'll still go for elastic procs, and this grim sneak attack should kill it. We didn't get a grim proc, but... oh, it is a +2 dagger, so that's a very respectable weapon to be using at this point. We're pretty happy with that. Let's continue throwing stuff down the chasm. Throw that mail armor. Even though the mail armor is probably better to equip than the leather armor of entanglement, we just really, really don't want to have another need for a remove curse scroll. That would be very unfortunate at this point. Oh, this could be pretty bad, but I guess we got the kill pretty nice. And there's our remove curse scroll. It's pretty nice. So we're going to go ahead and do that and get started on... Okay, so first we'll drink the strength potion. That'll bring us up to 16 strength. Then we will remove curse on this +1 plate armor, which is pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and kill this bat. I'm impressed with how consistently strong... I guess that's just the parchment scrap. The parchment scrap is just amazing. And it really is worth boosting it up to max level immediately. So we're going to step out here just to make sure we get the hit there. And then once we're about at half HP is when we're going to target for eating our meat pie. Alright, let's see. Blacksmith. Shoot the spider a couple of times. It's kind of annoying. I didn't want to deal with the spider right now. I think that all of the blacksmith actions are immediate, so we'll start. Let's see. This is a plate armor of potential. Woo, whatever. Then we'll reforge the plate armor with the plate armor. And that should make it equipable at 16 strength, which is pretty nice. I don't think I'm going to do this because I still mostly want to kite... Like, I will equip it once I'm done fighting the spider, but I don't want to equip it before I'm done fighting the spider, which was an option I had there. Fortunately, it's going to web us again. We don't have any wands that take care of this well. We'll just throw a thrown item. And continue shooting it from here. And still, for some reason, able to get the paralysis by shooting it to its own web. Can't say it makes sense, but I'm not going to complain about it. We got +3 plate armor now, so we should be incredibly tanky for the battles to come. And because that's actually strong enough for now, I think I'm going to continue to be greedy with my... I don't actually want to be throwing stuff down the chasm, since I'm just going straight back down anyway. I'd rather throw it down the chasm once I'm down here. Oh well, it looks like it just landed right there, and we've got another chasm here. Oh, we actually got a natural ring of force too. That's kind of interesting. Definitely not interested in worrying about that blazing katana, since we have this +2 assassin's dagger. We're actually going to go ahead and start... Ooh, obfuscation on the plate armor. It's always funny to me when you get that combination of look at this giant, massive plate armor, which makes you less noticeable somehow. And I guess it's magic. That's how the glyph works, and you know, questioning how the magic thing works is like, well, it's magic. That's how it works. Fortunately, I'm going to get tagged twice there because I tried to get greedy with the pathing there. But that means that that's a good time for us to finally consume that meat pie. So let's see. Let's grab that key. And this kind of looks like a secret door, or a hidden door, not a secret door. Fortunately, that mail armor of swiftness, it looks like, is on the kind of trap that that doesn't we can't trigger it, and because it stays. But because we have the alchemist toolkit, we can. Let's see. Let's turn. We got tons of kunai, and they're pretty outdated at this point. But let's actually, yeah, let's use the kunai. Why not? We'll turn some kunai into some liquid metal. Then we'll take that liquid metal. It's a fun journey through the inventory too. Thrown weapons start in the magic item holster, and then the liquid metal goes into the potion holster, and then the telekinetic grab that we're gonna make is gonna go into the scroll holder. We'll go ahead and make 2 charges of telekinetic grab. If you've never used telekinetic grab before, telekinetic grab is a very strong spell if you have extra energy and thrown weapons to be sinking into it, and it'll allow you to grab things that are on. I'm not sure where that robot went, unfortunately. There it goes. It looks like I was hitting it. Unfortunately, I was hitting it from out of line of sight earlier, and by getting back into line of sight, I've allowed it to... Let's see if I can shoot it from here. And we took a tick or 2 of poison damage, but we were able to get the kill. Oh, and that's another piece of plate armor. That's really exciting. We can actually immediately take that back up to the blacksmith and make our plate armor a +4. So we are going to have to identify the new plate armor before we do that, which I think is going to... Yeah, we have one more identify scroll. But I also super think it's worth it. And let's see what we got. Read to identify the plate armor of flow. Hey, it was a +1 too. That would have been a good armor to start on as well. So let's do that now while we're close to the... Ooh, a giant spider. Let's go the other way around and do that now. Do not want to deal with that giant spider. That I guess technically we could probably find a way to throw something into a door and kill it from out of range. Let's see, we'll reforge our armor with the new armor, and there we go. A +4 plate armor with just the blacksmith and drops is pretty solid, and that'll carry us at least until the Dwarf King. So we're gonna continue being greedy with our upgrade scrolls. Is what I would like to do here, especially with the extra boost that we get from just having alchemy items all the time. All right, I think we should be able to kill this spider from here. Let's throw something there, and then yeah, we'll just. Fortunately, the spider can keep on rooting in front of us, which isn't ideal. Hopefully we can get a paralysis chain here and prevent it from rooting too much. But I guess it doesn't hurt us to step forward into the root at this point either. The next one will be unfortunate, and immediately we're punished by a Knoll guard being here. But luckily we got big ol' armor, so we'll go ahead and deal with this Knoll guard the way that we should. And actually, this grass is really nice too, because that means that we can kill this spider from out of line of sight. So I don't think it should shoot. I don't think it should shoot web at us anymore. I do have to be careful to not move into the space. So we're just gonna keep on shooting right behind it. There we go. And we got our kill. That was pretty convenient the way that worked out. We're happy with that. I saw the door open over there, so I'm a little bit worried about an enemy coming from that direction, but I probably don't need to be. I'm probably strong enough at this point that I can play very sloppily for a little bit. We got an arcane stylus there. Obfuscation is actually one of the affixes that I'm happier with. It's obviously not the best in slot 1, but I do think it's good enough that I don't want to get rid of it immediately. I would really rather approach this golem from the other side, so we're just gonna go around and we'll kill this bat on the way. Man, a +2 Grim Assassin's Blade. What a random drop from an enemy. That is some power right there. I think we should be able to. We're gonna take a hit. Ooh. We were gonna just circle kite this enemy, but with the caster coming for us as well, I think we're just gonna retreat here, because I would really rather not have a caster plinking at me while. We'll stay in the area. Okay, the caster's gone now. I want to wait a little bit and hopefully prevent him from breaking that grass, but now that he's around the grass, the plate armor is preventing damage and the assassin's dagger is doing work. So we're pretty happy with that. Alright, we're still going this way because there was another big robot that we wanted to approach from this angle where we had more space to shoot at him. Ooh, we got a geyser trap here too, which could be really nice. I don't think I'm going to want to trigger it because I believe it'll paralyze me if I trigger it right here, but I might be able to like move to this space and elastic knock the robot back into it. Not that it matters if we just 100 to 0 him. Get another plate armor. They the DM 200s I think is what that enemy is. I don't know. There's so many enemies that's DM plus 3-letter number. I'll have to look at the page for a little bit off camera sometime and get all of my nomenclature correct. Alright, so we're going to try to pay attention to this. We're going to move out of line of sight, but we're going to be paying attention to where the sorcerer moves, because we want to start shooting him once we're out of line of sight. So we'll back up, and we can still see him because we can see through grass. So never mind, we don't have to do the vision trick. We just have to shoot. That's pretty strong. We accidentally used seer shot for the first time I think I've used it this run. So There's pretty exciting statistic if you're keeping count there. Alright, let's see what we got here. I guess it's just time to move on to the boss. And we should have pretty much no problem fighting this boss, which is awesome, because it is extremely rare that I'm able to make it to the DM 300 fight without spending any scrolls of upgrade and feel confident in the fight, which I just do. I feel very confident in this fight right now. I think I'm going to smash it. There is but we didn't get any trinkets that make us fast, and I don't have any rings that make me fast either, so I might want to consider, let's see. I've got two seeds of Swift Thistle, so that'll get me a long way with the Warden kit. And then we've got a potion of haste as well, and a potion of invisibility, so we're doing pretty decently. We should probably see which potions we don't have identified. I'm missing the levitate potion and the toxic, or the paralytic gas potion. Unfortunately, I don't have identify scrolls, but neither of them will be particularly relevant to this fight. I guess I could make a potion of earthen armor out of the paralysis one if I wanted to, but it's I don't know. I'm expecting a fairly easy fight regardless. Fortunately, I think the elastic bow is going to work against us more than it'll work with us in most cases, because of the way this enemy works with stepping on the exposed wiring and gaining shield. Is pretty bad for knocking the enemy back. But if we get enough procs in a row, it'll still work. I have to make sure we're really careful about doing what I just did there and spamming the bow. Because while it can be good, if you get paralyzed, you're going to take a bunch of damage. I think I took, roughly 30 damage there, all said and done. And then, this, I think we're just going to eat a turtle poison here to get into the safe zone that makes him run through it. And hopefully we can beat this. So we've got 2 seeds of Swift Thistle, and invisibility, and a haste potion. So technically we could use a consumable to beat all 3 of these phases, but we don't need to. So I think I'm just gonna start shooting the pylon down, and we'll move in as we need. We do want to be a little bit slow about it, because I want to make absolutely sure that the auto target never selects the DM as what it wants to hit. But yeah, no, we'll just continue with the fight. That was a pretty easy cycle overall. Excuse me. Looks like we're not going to be able to avoid him acquiring shield once here, and unfortunately we also have to step back in a direction we're really not happy with to avoid the paralysis. But that's okay. He'll probably shoot poison again. This first poison should be dissipating pretty soon, and I should be able to escape the room in this direction. Worst case, I don't have a potion of purity. Do I have... I've got 2 seeds of Mage Royal, which, I don't know exactly what they do with the Warden, but it feels within the realm of possibility that, let's see, we're gonna walk back here a couple more tiles just because we really don't want to knock him back into a shielding switch. That's very not ideal for us. And we're probably going to kite him back through the old pylon room again. It's going a little bit slow, but it's very safe. Oh, wow. He, I guess we're fighting him in melee range for a little bit now. Luckily, he's not hitting us very hard because our armor's very good. We're going to have to run a little bit because of the poison. I might actually... Depending on how much damage we do... Let's see... Of course, if he keeps on shooting the poison, I'm not going to be able to, Yeah, and he is just going to spam it, it would seem. We're going to try to move this way through the hidden area, because I don't want him stepping on a ton of switches going the other way. Or a ton of exposed wiring, excuse me. Fortunately, he's in a position where he is just going to... Alright, let's see. I think we can avoid exposed wiring if we make him move... along this diagonal. course, if he poisons and steps on the switch anyway, don't want to get an elastic trigger here because that'll knock him into exposed wiring again. He's just going to keep being obnoxious with the... I know that batter bosses is about the bosses using their ability more, but god, that needs an increased cooldown on it. It's just not fun when the boss decides to use the poison every, like, 5 rounds or something like that. Give it at least 20 turns of cooldown or something like that. Because it should at least be cooldown for a couple more turns than it takes for the... to escape it. Okay, we're going to use a Swift Thistle Seed here because we're not really able to make use of the interior that slows down the boss here. Luckily, since we're playing Warden, we'll get some extra value out of it. So we get some haste out of it as well as the time bubble, which is actually a lot better than it seems, even though it's only 2 turns of haste because we get it while we're time bubbled anyway. We're able to move really far with that Seed of Swift Thistle. So you see, I've made it all the way from there to the and we're actually gonna go ahead and step to the other side here before we start shooting. So we got a lot of value out of that Seed of Swift Thistle. That's one of the nice things about the Warden. You almost never want to turn seeds into potions. And that's the reason I'm super hesitant about using the darts, because the seed effects are so good just planting them that I don't want to waste seeds tipping darts. That seems like a waste of seeds that can do overpowered things, like what we just did with the Swift Thistle, which was, I think, undeniably very strong. This guy's gonna path in a way that he's stepping in a lot of exposed wiring, which is unfortunate. And then he's gonna shoot toxic gas at us on a very short cooldown, unfortunately. He eventually has decided that we get to play boss fight instead of playing dodge the poison. So we're gonna take a couple of attacks here. Fortunately, we're not super happy with the direction we have to move to dodge that paralysis, but we should still be able to... Yeah, unfortunately, no... Ooh, I think we might have got a Grim proc there. That seemed like a lot of damage to trigger that phase transition. And we might actually be able to do this without... Yeah, I think we're going to be able to do this without using another consumable as well, so we're pretty happy about that. Yeah, and we'll just start shooting down the pylon. And we'll just move up whenever we're in danger of getting hit. And I think we should take it... Yeah, we took it down before. Unfortunately, he's going to use my favorite ability immediately. I do believe that on this final stage, he no longer gains shield from stepping on the exposed wiring, which is pretty nice. But he does do, excuse me, significantly increased damage. So we're going to possibly have to use a healing item here. Immediately getting some Grim procs, which is real nice. Let's move away from the poison. Never want to get hit by that. Unfortunately, there's not a clean way for us to kite him to grass, but we'll just take a kill there. Get a purple drop, so we got a scroll there that we probably wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Pretty cool. Let's pick up some of these sellable items and move on to the next floor. So that fight took a little bit of thinking to do, but ultimately we didn't use any healing consumables. I think we actually only used the Seed of Swift Thistle. So that's I think that's actually just one of my better DM 300 kills ever. Not to mention the fact that that I haven't used the single upgrade scroll yet to get that kill. So we're pretty happy with it overall. Let's see. I don't want to put more points in durable tips for the reason that I stated. I'd rather just use my seeds for the Warden abilities in most cases. I might consider it now that I have the magical holster. I'm not super interested in the shielding do, because I generally don't want to be at full HP. I want to be taking advantage of regen from food. So there's really not a whole lot to choose from otherwise. I think we're just going to probably go ahead and max out point blank, ultimately, in case we do decide to use the tipped darts more extensively, and we want to be able to hit with those at point blank, or if we run into a situation where it's prudent to try to get an elastic proc on the bow at point blank range. Getting elastic on the bow is really, really strong. Like that. There have been a lot of pieces of this run that have come together to make it incredibly strong, despite not having any upgrade scrolls spent yet, but the elastic is definitely carrying a lot of the weight in this run, which, let's go ahead and grab... Ooh, we got 2 remove curse scrolls here. We're pretty happy about that. They're not as important as in a normal run, since our weapons are guaranteed to be uncursed when they drop, and we don't need armor anymore. We've already got our endgame armor. But it's still, in general, I think the best scroll to have extras of. Since I have the money, I am going to just go ahead and buy the darts. Let's see. We have 4 uses. So that's 8 applications of frost at a range. That's actually pretty... It would be much more exciting if we didn't have a wand of frost already, but that could actually be pretty decent. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll tip some seeds with some darts with fire bloom. We don't have any fire bloom right now. Alright. I don't have enough money to really do a backtrack here either now, which is unfortunate, so we're not going to do that. I think we're just going to end the episode here then. Yeah, call it here for now. We're super happy with the power level of this run so far, with a +4 plate armor of obfuscation and a +2 grim assassin's blade. I feel like I'm strong enough that this loadout could probably kill the Dwarf King with no upgrades. So we're at the point where we're pretty happy to even I think I want a glaive. I think I want to use a glaive this run. And I think I have enough agency to just wait until I get exactly the weapon that I want as well. So that's what we're gonna try to do. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and end the episode. Oh, we're at an hour and 7 minutes too. Good lord. Yeah. So as always, if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to see in future videos, then leave me a comment and I will try to respond as soon as possible. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video. Have a good one, and I will catch everybody next time. Bye bye.